Hey everybody, Steve. I'm over here in Southeast at one of the clients' house that received permanent supportive housing. And they called me Saturday and told me that they were having some problems with the landlord and with their unit. So they invited me over here to see it firsthand.
What is it? Steve. Okay.
All right, Cory.
How you doing, Steve?
All right, how you doing? Hey, Jennifer. How you doing? This all you got on here for a lock?
Yeah, that's all.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's not secure at all.
No.
How many times have you been broken into?
About 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Have you talked to your case management
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
And they haven't done anything to fix it? That lock has been like that since you moved in here?
Yeah.
And when'd you move in here?
Been here since June 11th.
Of 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jennifer. How are you, dear?
I'm
Hey,
fine.
kids. Well, I'm here to, you told me about some of the problems you were having. So, let's take a look at some of the problems.
Okay.
I see that you got problems everywhere, so you tell me. So let's start in one room and we just work our way through.
Somewhere right here. Number one problem, the ceiling.
What?
It's poorly put together.
It is poorly put together.
One other thing that we forget to the main problem in the kitchen was these right here. These have actually fell down. They went and like drilled in the wall here and inside the cabinet.
Okay, let me see. I can see them. That's horrible. That's poorly done.
You can see.
Yeah. I mean, with drywall nails, and it's not even securely up there. And you said this one fell down?
Yeah, this one and fell also.
And instead of securing the cabinet to the wall, what they did was put a couple of blocks under it. And that's really shabby work. Everything, all the work is very shabby.
And they have like the heater slash
What is this?
the heater slash area.
How do you get in there? Oh, by moving that. This is, I mean, you guys, you need to take a look at this. It's just raggedy. It's really raggedy.
This is the only time. Okay. Alright, okay. Besides that, you know, right here, it's loose.
Yeah.
And it's one thing.
The air comes through. I notice it's kind of warm in here.
Oh, because heat now is not. I had cooked some strong by the stove, and that's the only thing that's keeping me warm right now.
So the stove is keeping the apartment warm.
Right now.
Because the heat comes on when it wants to?
Yeah, it's all automatic. So.
Okay.
Hey, come on.
What was besides that? It had into the bedroom. Like well, everything seems to that area and the here.
Yeah, there's no seal under the air conditioner. Yeah, and I can feel the cold air coming through. And the same thing with this window over here.
Yeah.
There's no seal around the windows. And it's just pushing cold air through. As you see down here, no molding. And there's nothing but cold air coming through.
It was like on a part of cracks there. Like poorly done concealing. And like it was a few times that they put inside here, try to put a lock onto
the closet door. What's that behind the bed there?
That right there it's like a chamber for the Like let me see.
The plumbing?
Yeah,
For the tub?
Yeah, the tub.
Okay. This, look, I mean,
That is, they pulled it down.
it's just shabby, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought these apartments had to be
This right here.
inspected by the district before they let
No,
anybody
this right
move
here.
in.
It's actually linked to the refrigerator. That.
Okay, it's the backing of the refrigerator. And what you got going on in this bathroom over
Now,
here?
I want to part of the bathroom. Like I did my own stuff.
The latch on the door here?
Yeah. I did my own stuff. It's like I asked him to do that.
He wouldn't do it?
No.
And you put this knob on?
Yeah.
You put the knob on?
I put this
Okay, it wasn't the knob on the door when you moved in?
It was one, but it was one of those old-fashioned knobs that I keep them just get to it and just open it. But other than that, so like the bathroom on tub, like it was the same painted.
The bathroom tub was painted, and as you can see, as soon as you took a shower and picked the mat up to clean it, the paint came up.
Yeah.
The paint came up with it. I see where it's rusted. And also, Cory, lift that window. And look at the window. And that window is no seal. Look at the paint job, man. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. I can't see nobody accepting this apartment. Okay, how about your toilet paper holder?
Oh, it's been like that.
That's the way it
It's
was.
been like that. And like other than that, like I say, like this is like.
That's your smoke alarm.
Yeah.
Does it work?
No, it don't work.
The smoke alarm doesn't work.
No.
You kidding?
It don't work.
If I put a light up there, it ain't gonna work.
No.
I love a light.
Oh, and then the refrigerator, it leaks water.
Okay, hold up, Jeff. I'm gonna get you. Do you have a match?
No, I can just go to the stove and cook.
This is the smoke detector. That's a fire code violation right there. That the smoke detector is not working. Come on in here, Cory. Why don't you have a seat over there next to Jenny? Now, what I want to hear from you guys is what you've tried to do to get this problem settled. What have you tried to do?
Well, I have tried to phone Mr. Gamble and the housing coordinator, her name is Kim Hazard, and try to explain the things and the situations with the housing. They was here on Christmas Eve, but they seemed that they actually accusing me in court of messing up the apartment, saying that alleging that the apartment wasn't like this when we moved in, but otherwise the windows and things was messed up when we first moved here. Well, Miss Kim, her assistant, accused us of destroying the apartment.
Okay, now how long has it been since you last saw your case manager?
Actually, he was here Friday, and we had an altercation over him sending me to a job about me wanting to go to community college to pursue the culinary arts field, which is my field. He wanted me to go to places where he wanted me to go, and I disagreed with him. So Friday, Cory wasn't here. He was at the library looking for jobs, and he just jumped out of here so fast. He didn't even give me time to explain what I was doing or anything.
So are you happy with him as your case manager?
No, I don't feel that he had the experience that to be a case manager. His attitude is right and mature. I mean, it's things that done happen with him and Cory that he just like talk to me like any kind of way, and I don't like the way he has not returned my phone calls. It was the day Charles had came in and brought the stove in, and I called Mr. Gamble to tell him that one of the lights on the stove was kind of acting kind of funny like, and I was calling him to let him know. Excuse me. I was calling him to let him know that one of the eyes wasn't working properly, and he started acting irrationally and started like fussing at me. And then I was trying to tell him that it was something that came up with Metro on the part of the disability cards, and that I wish for him to call me back as soon as he could, the same day as what happened with the stove.
And he didn't call you?
He never called me back. He never let me explain myself to him, why I told him that I couldn't get a job or why I couldn't ride in my truck.
Okay, so let me, at this point, you truly feel as though that the relationship between you and your case manager has been damaged to the point that you need a new case manager?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
And and I'll make some calls, and like I said, I have a good man that wants to help. I mean, nobody's out there to hurt you, you know. But just like all the time in the homeless community, sometimes it's just some people that just don't really care, and so sometimes you got to put a fire under their behinds to get something done. But I'm really what mainly bothers me is the fact that you have 2 kids in here and you've had several break-ins. Can you explain the break-ins to me?
It's on maybe a Friday. We went down to Street Sense, and you know we love Street Sense. Street Sense is like our family, and we went down to sell some papers. And when we came back, you see the cabinet over there was, over the holidays we had gotten a couple of baskets for food for over the holidays, and the cabinets was pretty much filled with food. So when we came back to, you know, because on Fridays I always cook a nice, always cook nice dinners for my family, I noticed that all the food in the cabinet was gone.
And that's not the first time. It's been several break-ins?
Yes, it's been several.
Have Metropolitan Police been called?
Just that one time, because the landlord wanted me to file the police report so that he could get a free door fixed. He thought with the report that he could have the police report
for the insurance
for him to be able to get the door fixed, which, since he made a big deal about it, I went in and called the police.
So in the end, as you were talking to the police, it was interesting what you told me what the police said. Would you care to repeat what the police told you?
The police think the person who came in had a key in order to access the food that was inside this house.
And the only keys are you,
myself, and the landlord.
Right.
Yeah. How many units are in this building?
It's a total of this one. It's like 5.
5 units. And how many occupied?
It's only right now 3.
Okay. Do you know whether the other 2 are recipients of permanent supportive housing?
I think one of the guys, what's his name?
You don't have to say his name. What?
Yeah.
Alias 1 and 2.
Okay.
Like one is in turn dealing with the collaborative of
Southwest.
Of Southwest.
All right. Okay.
And one is dealing with another agency.
Okay. Okay. So there's still a couple of vacancies in there, because what we noticed was the neighborhood, and you had also told me that you wasn't very happy living in this neighborhood, You know, you got two infant kids here. You know, so I mean, what do you see in your neighborhood that bothers you?
I see.
It's normally in terms like drug dealers there, like neighborhoods being nasty. Like the bus route is not convenient.
One night we had got off that bus. It was me and my son, and the bus driver decided not to come down to 6th Street. So we basically had to get off on Southern Avenue to walk down here. So that's
from Southern Avenue?
For Southern Avenue, where the Metro is supposed to turn at, and sometimes the Metro do not come down this.
Cory.
Sometimes the Metro buses do not come down 6th Street. It was just like get off of Southern Avenue and don't come down here.
So have you had any problems with the people in the neighborhood?
No, I really haven't had problems with. I really haven't had problems with anyone in the neighborhood. Just that Miss Clark, that my neighbor that lives on there for me, I had some run-ins with her, saying things to me.
How much is the rent on this unit?
This unit is actually $1,250.
$1,250.
Yes.
$1,250 a month.
Yes, I paid $275 out of my Social Security benefits a month.
But the rent that the landlord is collecting is $1,250
altogether, yes.
every month.
And it's not worth $50.
$1,250 a month.
On the last instance we had, me and Cory was like looking out the window, and we had seen our landlord Charles go into that building over there, and
that building over there boarded up.
Yeah, he climbed in. We saw him climb into the window and take some kind of wooden boards out of there and came back out. Unfortunately, I was trying to run to get my camera, but I couldn't find it because I really was going to take a picture of him climbing up.
You know what he's doing? He's going in that building to take the lumber out of it to make repairs in these. That's probably where all these little pieces of wood that don't match up to nothing. That's probably where this piece of wood and this stuff here came from, over there out of that building. I bet it is. Little stuff like this. But what I'm gonna do, I wanna thank you for asking me over here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my phone calls in the morning. I have your phone number, and I'm sure, I know without a doubt, that some heads will roll and some things are gonna get done. Okay? So that's a promise that I make. I'll do everything that I possibly can for you. I have the phone number of a couple of people that insist that when I find situations like this, that I call them directly. So I will be calling them directly, and he may be over here tomorrow morning. And then we'll get something done. All right, y'all, thank you for having me here.
Okay.
I guess it's about feeding time. I see them youngins getting a little anxious. What's the kids' names?
Mariah
and
Cory.
And Cory. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Mariah. Oh, look at her smiling. I'm a nice looking man, ain't I? Yeah, but I'm gonna be in touch and I'll make those calls tomorrow. And you know, it just really bothers me looking at this little lock on the door. You know, you're over in the heart of Southeast, you know what I mean? You got drug addicts outside, drug dealers and everything. And this is the only protection that you got against them. And I'm not real happy about that. I'm not real safe with that because the lock doesn't even have a hole to actually hold it. Actually, you don't even need a foot. You can put an elbow to it and the door come right open. You know, when you're in here at night sleep, it's just not safe. So we're going to work on that, man. I promise you we're going to get something done, man.
All right.
All right, man. God bless you.
Okay.
All right. As I leave, this is supposed to be a secure door. And I see that it's shabby. Nothing is secure. The doorknob doesn't even have a pin in it. It's just this lock here. And all of this is loose, screws loose. It's not secure. Anybody can get in this building anytime they want. All right, Cory.
All right.
And this is the building directly across from them. This is the building they were referring to when they said they see the landlord going through the windows, taking out wood to make repairs in the other buildings. This is not the only building like this. There's about 4 of these buildings around. This seems to be the only one with occupants in it, since only 3 occupants in it.
Straight out junkie. Junkie.
You still feel?